Good morning, happy freaking Monday. I'm Ben Frisch with bfresh.media, and this is your weekly wake-up call to kick your marketing out of bed. Now, I did not intend on speaking about buzzworthy advertising for the third time in a row, but that being said, the Canadian Down Syndrome Society came out with a spot recently that is worth talking about. So the campaign is to apply for endangered species status with the International Union for the Conservation of Nature. That's a mouthful. And I really want to talk about this controversial move from a charity that knows how to get people talking. Let's go. In full disclosure, I do happen to know the executive chair of the Canadian Down Syndrome Society. I am in a networking group with her. So I've had a little bit of a chance to chat with her about the whole campaign and especially what it's like to live through this media frenzy that's going on around them. But I will say that these are my thoughts and opinions, and that's it. So if you've seen my last two Happy Freakin' Mondays, I've been talking about generating buzz, and I've said through that series that controversy is one way to do it, but it's not a way that I recommend. That's because it can be a very fine line to walk, and if you're not prepared to deal with the fallout, it can be devastating to your brand. The Down Syndrome Society's new campaign certainly falls within the category of controversial, but it's generating lots of conversation. Their video has been viewed over hundreds of thousands of times, and they've been covered by most major media outlets. So in a lot of ways, it's working. Before we talk about why the new campaign is controversial, here's a bit of background. The new campaign launched at the beginning of November with a series of videos and a website to kick off National Down Syndrome Week. The video features men and women with Down syndrome dressed as endangered species to announce their very real application to be the first humans to apply to be on the endangered species list. The entire campaign was produced by their agency CFB Canada pro bono. Pro bono. That's right. The agency has done multiple campaigns for the society free of charge. That is incredible. You may remember their very popular campaign from last year, Anything But Sorry. This featured a similar cast providing suggestions for what to say to a new couple, parents expecting a baby with Down syndrome. The point was that you should be happy. You should say anything that you would say to any other couple except sorry. It went viral because it made an excellent point, but the suggestions that they provided also included a lot of swearing, which was pretty funny, but also I think challenged a general perception that a lot of people have. And that is that, people with intellectual disabilities are often seen as sweet and innocent and not capable of such language, which is obviously not true. So that campaign was really powerful on a number of levels. And I think they really set the bar high for themselves, and they were pushing the envelope this year to try and outdo that. With this new campaign, the controversy is obviously around the perceived comparison between people with Down syndrome and animals. This is what the media has latched onto and what some people feel when they just watch that one main video. I say perceived comparison because I think there's a lot of context around the campaign that most are missing when they only watch that main video. Here's what I think was done right by the society and their agency to get ahead of that negative controversy for a successful campaign. Number one, they launched the website endangeredsyndrome.com. This provides a lot of context and rationale for their campaign, plus more videos. They share a variety of facts and figures that generally support their position, which is simply their population is shrinking and therefore so is their support. On this website, you can sign a petition or read the full application to the IUCN, which again provides a lot of context. But I must say that as a marketer, I can tell that this is not really their main objective. Whether or not they get listed on the endangered species list is irrelevant, I think. Because, number one, they've put that petition way down the screen on the website. It doesn't seem like it's a priority, but it's clear that they want to generate conversation, and that's what's working. The second thing I think they've been doing right is taking the media head on. They've been doing a variety of interviews since the launch with every major media outlet, and from my understanding, even responding to some of the stories they felt have been providing unfair coverage. So instead of staying out of the spotlight, they're using this opportunity to have those conversations and try to educate people about their cause. So if you intend on going the controversial route with your marketing, you better be prepared. 2 weeks ago, I shared the example of controversial marketing tactic of the video game company that tried to buy ad space on people's tombstones. It was an epic failure, because there was no rationale for this other than it was an obvious cheap ploy to get attention. However, in the case of the Canadian Down Syndrome Society, they actually have a point to make. They've done their homework and they've provided the rationale. But let me know what you think. Did they go too far? Check out my blog at bfresh.media for more on this, as well as links. I'm going to include the video and a link to the endangeredsyndrome.com for all the information about the campaign. So check it out. Let me know what you think. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more marketing tips every Monday morning. Happy freaking Monday.